Hello and welcome to the From Zero to Approximately podcast. We're on week 4, or also known as day 30 if you're following social media. And we have reached the final day of turning Naya from knowing absolutely nothing about day trading to, well, as far as she got. Ideally, it was to be a pro, but that's a big task for 30 days. So we're seeing how far she got in 30 days. And Naya, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay with it. I was expecting to have more progress, but I'm kind of happy with where I've gotten so far.
Good. Yeah, I've been watching. It's definitely tough. What I realized about the 30 days is originally it was supposed to be make someone a pro in 30 days. And so the first 29 days went by and it kind of creates day 30 as this landmark. Day 30 shouldn't be looked at as all the first 29 days, each day from 1 to 29. Almost think of it like linear progression. Like every single day represents like one unit of measurement. So you have 29 singular units of study. The way my mind works, that's how I see it. And then day 30 shouldn't be looked at. That final day should be looked at as, okay, I stop at day 29 until I'm comfortable to say I'm done day 30. So almost as if day 30 was a test of sorts, because we hit a roadblock where you needed 5 or 6 extra days. You hit day 29 and you're like, okay, I need more time to kind of figure this stuff out. So day 30 almost represents like a landmark or a test of sorts where you can say, okay, I've gotten to day 29. I did all my studying. Let's put it to the test. And that's where you hit a roadblock and had to each day after that. So it was almost like you needed 5, 6, 7 more days just to get through that day 30. So it's interesting because I never looked at it like this, but now I can understand where day 30 is more of like a test to see how far you've gotten. So day 30, you could be stuck on day 30 for like a week, 2 weeks, 2 months, 6 months. But until you hit a certain point, that's you can't say you've completed day 30, which I would say is half of the Future of Trading Remastered knowledge. So that first, let's say 5 lessons, those first 5 lessons, getting that comfortable, like getting comfortable with that stuff, getting comfortable to that point.
I would have to agree. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because you definitely needed that extra week or whatever amount of time you needed to get that really comfortable. You were studying and you got it, but then to get really comfortable with it, we had to do some pretty intensive work. And you had to restudy a lot. And so I like to see day 30 as like a test of your knowledge. If you can get up to the Future of Trading, lesson 5, and master those first 5 lessons and do it in confidence without error, then you can say, okay, I've done day 30. So that's cool because I had never thought about it like that before. Day 30 is like, your whatever test.
So are we testing me today?
Yeah. We're going to test you today. We're going to jump right into the charts.
Oh, okay.
Let's see what Naya learned. Today is not about talking and shooting the stuff and whatever. It's about seeing what you got on the charts and how good you can do. Because we're on day 30. We want to see how far you got because you knew nothing. So let's, final recap before we jump into the charts here. You knew nothing. You didn't even know what a level was. You didn't even know what candlesticks were. Like if I rewind to the beginning of this thing, you didn't even know what up and down was accumulation, like red and green. You didn't even know. Like you literally knew nothing.
No.
Like it was like it was bad. It was like bad news. It was like reading a book for the first time. You knew nothing. So let's see how far you got.
Okay. Are you going to ask me questions or should I?
Well, why don't we start with you talking a bit about your experience in the 30 days before you actually mark levels? Like just kind of give us your insight and just talk about your experience, your insight. If you have any tips, just kind of fill us in. Just give us the rundown.
Okay. Well, I noticed that when I started watching the beginners remastered and the advanced remastered, that I felt pretty confident until we went into Future of Trading. And that's when I needed you to really help me with that. So again, that's how you got your Future of Trading remastered done. So it was a lot more concise and it wasn't as intensive because I needed something that was a little bit more clear because when I watched the beginning videos, those beginner and advanced, it was a lot more clear and concise. And I was like, oh, I got this. And then we got to the Future of Trading original and I was like, oh.
You were lost.
I was lost.
Yeah.
So that was really helpful. And I really enjoy watching those videos because it's not like a 45-minute thing where I have to watch like one lesson and then watch another. So it was a lot easier that way.
You went through an interesting shift where you watched Future of Trading Remastered and you were like, oh, I don't get it. I need more time. I was like, okay. And then you wanted to go back to the original course because you first started with the original course. Then you took the remastered. And then after taking the remastered, you wanted to go back to the original because I think this is where a lot of people have that conception or that misconception. They watch the original and they're like, this is too much. It's too intense. So I compacted and I made it very much funneled into 10 quick lessons. Then you watch those 10 quick lessons and then you're like, I think I messed up. I got to go back and do the original. So you actually skipped back and forth.
I did.
That's interesting because I think a lot of people out there would be in the same boat where they're like, oh, I just want the information faster and better and easier. But then you took that road and it was like, yeah, this sucks. I don't know what I'm doing. So you went from the original to the remastered, realized that sucked for you personally, went back to the original to kind of fill in a few of the gaps.
Yeah.
And then back to the remastered to make it like ultra polished. And now like I've seen your levels and stuff, they were like really good. So it's interesting because you went original, remastered, thought remastered sucked, went back to original, originally thought that original was too long, had to use the condensed version to go back and fill in those blanks just to get back to remaster. So it was a bit of a shifting there.
Yeah.
Which it was really cool for me to see because people always ask me, well, which do you recommend? And because I'm the master of this stuff, I've created it. I'm just like, yeah, the remastered because it's easier and it's quicker. But now seeing it back, I realize there's gaps missing. So now I can truly tell people that the best way to do it is to just simply watch both. Because I saw you do it firsthand and you were the perfect person for me to watch and say, okay, this person knows nothing about charting. Let's see how they handle both courses. So it's great for me because now I know to tell my people, like use them both hand in hand. Don't just take one, use them both. Use remastered to polish yourself to like the finest, shiniest version and use the original to fill in the gaps where remastered is too hard. Because remastered is hard because it's fast, it's quick, and it's very precise. I talk about things exactly once. Yeah. Like I'll say, here's a break level. 2 seconds later, we're already on a new topic. Like it's very quick, very accurate, very precise. And it's like no room for error. You literally probably have to like press pause every 5 seconds and write notes with remastered.
I did.
Yeah. So that was cool to see for me anyways. So continue. I kind of interrupted you there. Continue and keep going with your story here. What else? How else did you find it?
I noticed that when I did go back to the original Future Trading for some of like the key lessons that I need to have more of a grasp on.
Yeah, fill in those blanks. Yeah.
That I really understood it at a different level, and I respect you a lot more because it's a lot. Well, because
was there no respect before?
There was
What's
respect.
happening?
I was just like, well, why is the original so choppy and the amount of examples that you go through was really intense, and I really appreciate that part. And then when you go to your remastered version, it's you do the examples so quickly, but at the same time, it was too fast. I had to slow you down on the volumes, not the volume thing, but the speed thing, and then I had to pause you multiple times. So I do respect the fact that you did both for two types of learners, I guess.
Okay. I was going to say, let's go back to this respect thing. I need to know more about this. What's happening? There's no respect. Now there is respect. Like, okay. How long have we been married? 11 years or something? Now that I finally have it? I'm just kidding. So, okay, well, that's good. So then just as a student to instructor, you really have an appreciation for having both versions. It's good. Like, I do think they piggyback off each other so well because this is a pretty tough field that we're in. And there's no real, you can't go to school for this stuff. There's no real educational training. So very much the work that we do, in my community and the videos that I put out there is kind of world first and first of its kind in a way, because no one's taking that time to create this university level kind of curriculum and thank God I went to university for 11 years because I've been a student myself for a lifetime. And I'm still learning. I'm still doing voice classes and this and that. I'm still working on things every day. So being in university, I guess I've understood how to teach, and I got that value out of there. So yeah, it's good. Good. Any other final words before we get into the charts?
I still have a lot of learning to do.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to be a little bit more confident in my abilities to actually what's the word, to actually do an actual trade. Like, actually, that's the part that I'm
To execute the trade.
that's the word I'm trying
Yeah,
to execute the trade.
Like
That's
to
the part.
Open a long or open a short.
Yes.
Because I remember
Stop.
and when we were in the first week, you're just like, oh, let me just buy here. And then you ended up going up like 27 grand. You're like, this is easy. It's like, okay. Let's see you replicate that. Yes, it was kind of cool because then it's like, that's probably how it happens. We had that conversation. This is how it happens. Somebody jumps on the charts. It's good that you know nothing. And now it's like, okay, let's get back to reality. Pulled you back a bit and you learned all this stuff. And now you're like, I don't even know how to trade anymore. So this is like a good kind of back and forth to have the world where someone goes and jumps in and this is, you made 27 grand. You're like, wow, I guess I'm good. It's like, okay. All right, dude. So that's good. That's good.
Yeah. I noticed that the science is really accurate. It's really like precise. But then I'm like, there's so many lines, but I'm hitting everything. Like, I'm hitting all these spots and I'm like, this is cool. But again, no idea what I'm doing afterwards. I'm just like, where would I buy? I have no idea. So that's my spot where I'm at right now, is trying to understand how to actually execute the trade.
You're hitting all the spots. It's like that my life as a 20-year-old was going to all the clubs, hitting all the spots, or or going out. That's the first thing that came to my head. You're like, well, we're hitting all the spots. Like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Where are we going tonight? Okay, this is me controlling the chart right now. I would just like to say also that it would be impossible to become a pro in this field in 30 days. Like, it'd be impossible. As hard as we're trying here to prove a point that with the science you can, do this in 30 days. I think this is a really good and nice way to end the 30-day challenge, is to really get you to a point where you know that this goes much deeper. Because to become a pro in 30 days would be like, yeah, that's ridiculous. Like, I've been doing this all my life. Like, that's not all my life, but almost half of it. Like, that's ridiculous to think that 30 days later and you can just be this, high flying day trader who's living the life. Like, that's crazy talk, right? But it's a good message to put out there to get people on a 30-day journey to really open their minds and be like, wow, this stuff is crazy accurate, because that gives you the taste you need to continue moving forward in the career. And then maybe you can make money after 30 days, but definitely not to call yourself a professional, right? Like, 30 days is good luck. Okay, so I'm not going to touch anything.
Okay.
You know your charts. You knew nothing in the past. So kick it off and let's go.
Okay.
Let's hit all the spots.
Okay, so I'm like an old lady when it comes to my site. I can't really see anything. So I'm going to first go to the weekly.
I don't think they really care about that, but that's fine.
I know, but I can't see anything. All right. So we're on the weekly time frame.
Yeah.
I know that time frames are really important.
Yep.
So I'm going to start by marking my, yours thing is different than mine.
So my tools are at the bottom
they're
here.
at the bottom.
So they're at the bottom of the screen. Is where yours are at the top. So you should have your only tools you need, right? Your ray and your level and your trend tool, ray and horizontal ray, or whatever they call it.
Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to mark my break level.
Good.
Okay.
Correct so far. Let's see.
I'm sweating. Okay. And then my hold level.
Good. Yes.
What?
No, let's see where this goes.
Okay.
No, you got the levels right, but I just want to see if you're going to follow all of the procedures and protocol that we do.
Okay.
So you just keep going. I'm not even here. I'm just, you just keep going.
Okay.
What should you do next with those two lines?
Mark them on the bottom side.
Yep. Okay, so let's do that.
Okay. That's kind of sorry, I just got to get used to your way of doing things on your computer. So I feel like over here, there's not much. There's just the one valley here. So I wouldn't mark that. My understanding.
You mark it because I don't want to help. Like, just, this is, you're on your own, just like the people out there. You're on your own. So
okay. So
you mark the chart and I'll work it up after.
You'll work it up. Okay. So maybe I would mark this. Wait. Yes.
And what is that?
That would be a break level?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we move this?
Yeah, you just click and drag the dots there. Yeah, you can do that.
All right. And then my hold on.
That would be a hold level. I think your time frame is a little skewed here. You forgot to change the color of your candles too. How can you communicate visually?
Well, I was not finished, Professor.
Okay, so let's fix this.
Okay. I believe it's purple for
good. Yes.
Weekly, right?
Yes, good.
No favoritism here.
No. I'm calling you out on everything. You're not getting any kind of favoritism. Especially after I just gained your trust after how many years?
Okay. At this point, I would see that perhaps I would start looking to the next.
So before you jump to the next one, I just want to point out the hold level from the past maybe is something that you should mark here. So when you have your break level on the bottom, I think you should look to the past a little bit to see if you had hit a hold or a break level, because I think that could be pretty useful data.
So
you see how you have your break level that you marked right there?
Yeah.
Yep. And no, you can leave that there.
Okay.
That's fine. Now you see the hold level that you marked to the left of that?
Yes.
That's not really relevant right now, as you can tell, because we're still in that part of the chart. But I think what would be interesting to see is the hold level that was hit in the past. So instead of marking that hold level, what I'd like you to do is mark the hold level from the valleys before this, or the peaks, I should say. The hold levels from the peaks prior to this.
The hold levels from the peaks prior to this.
Yes.
That's not.
Nope.
I feel that's incorrect. The hold levels from the peaks.
Yeah.
Prior to this.
Prior to this.
I have no idea. I don't.
So you were close before.
Over here?
That was close-ish. Keep going. You're flunking this so hard right now.
Oh, God.
Keep going to your left.
Okay.
Hold levels. Where do we mark hold levels with peaks?
Peaks. At the top. Front. But it would be a valley. I have no idea.
You're very close. Here, I'm gonna.
Yes, Professor, please.
Right there. Body of the candle, right?
Yes, but isn't that a valley?
Break level. Hold level. Right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to see if you've got a break level here, what that had tested in the past. That's why I said I want to see the hold level it tested in the prior peak.
Okay.
Because this would have been the peak right here.
Right.
And this would have been the hold level that it tested. So if holds and break levels are true, that means that if it didn't hit this break level, it's not going to break this move down. Instead, it's trying to hit the hold level and it's trying to hold the move up.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So it almost invalidates in a way. And we're skipping a little bit ahead of what we've talked about and what you've learned.
Yeah.
If you have a break level here, this is almost in a way invalidating that, because really before this had been created. So this is a tool you don't have, which is the replayer tool, because I have a different version of TradingView because I pay for mine. Yours is a free version. I can go into the past and cut timeframes off. So prior to that, which would be very helpful for a learning process anyways, because you could go back and say, okay, prior to these events happening, here was the break level and here's the hold level. Now, if you were to sit here and hit this hold level, well, technically you'd be going up, right? So if you just continue to hit the play button here and move forward, you hit your hold level. right? You never hit your actual break level. So now marking this break level, what you had marked, is almost in a way kind of arbitrary. How useful is it? Because technically it was this in the moment, and then you hit this hold level instead. So marking this this break level right here may not tell you if you're breaking the move, because this right here was indeed trying to attack this, and it failed because the hold level held it up. Right. So this is almost pointless to mark in a way.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So this marking this as a break level, while it was on paper correct and technically correct for the rules of our science, it's just as you get better and develop deeper skill sets in these markets, and you continue going through blueprint and butterfly effect, these are the things you have to open your mind to, these different types of possibilities that can happen on your chart, because really the move had been held up, which means this is really the important break level, even regardless if this is, because let's say we came down, hit this one here and broke that. Who's to say that we're not just holding a deeper part of this, like maybe right here, and this is the break level that it was originally trying to be hit, is still not being hit. It's still technically holding the move up because the break level is not getting hit. Right? So it's just, again, this is not something I would expect you to know, but just a good thing to go over in this demonstration, because for one, you don't have this replayer tool. So this is very helpful when you're learning to be able to do this and be like, oh, I wonder if it hit this level, if the science is working and it's true. Technically, if I hit this level, I'm moving up. And then so you hit play, you set a buy order on your hold level, and all of a sudden it's moving up and you're making, fat stacks of cash, right?
Right.
So this is just something to, like whenever we look at these hold and break levels, we always kind of have to have this like eye for the overarching details in the chart, and not just to get too tunnel visioned into this, because this really wouldn't, while it constitute as a break level in the form of the science and its rules, it's a break level if there's no data from the past and all you can see is this, but we can see more. We can see this, right? So just wanted to bring that to your attention, and to not mark this break level. So just a slight correction there, but not your information is incorrect because you haven't learned that yet, just for everybody watching at home. And then to further this example, that's the correction we need to make.
Okay.
So, okay, continue on. Otherwise, great. You've got your break level marked at the top. You've got your hold level. That's fantastic.
Okay.
Now you can continue on. So you're doing a good job so far. So you're on your highest time frame, which I like to see.
Right.
You're marking only the relevant things. If there was one more hold level that you could mark on this chart right now, which one do you think it would be that's important to what's happened this week, which means this blue candle that we're in right there? If you could say there's one more hold level that may be important here, which one would it be? I feel like I should have some like Wheel of Fortune music queued up or something, or Jeopardy music.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay, I'll mark this for you. This hold level right here, right? Body or wick. That would have been kind of your perfect target if this move had held, right? Right here. So if you were to say, I have a hold level here, I'm going to set a buy here. The next hold level, there's 2 candles right here, right? So you could mark this as a break level, and its hold level would be here, right? Either the body or the wick. It just depends on how greedy of a position you want to take. Like, do you want to lock up profits, or do you want to try to squeeze a little more out of it, right?
Okay.
Same thing with this. Do you want to get a better price, or either way the level is tested? So then when you went here, you could have said, take a trade from here. Let's do that again. From here to here, 32%. And if you're a leveraged trader like me, that's 3,200%. So if it was $1,000, you'd have $32,000, 64,000 if it was 2,000, et cetera, et cetera. So that would have been kind of like a really good example. Oopsies, that's the wrong button. That would have been a really good example of having one hold level going to its adjacent level, mirror images of each other. We've talked about this, how the chart is always a mirror image of each other. And we can see that this is the level because there can't be a break level here because it's not 2 candles. So this isn't a break level, right? It's just a singular candle. Go ahead. No, go ahead, please.
So is that, because that's what I was like, well, I can't see there, because this is, they can't see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So this would be a hold level.
The white one would be a hold level.
So because there's 2, because there's only 1 candle there, it's okay for it to be a hold level.
It's okay for it to be a hold level, but you have to have 2 candles for it to be a break level.
Okay, that's why that's a point that I didn't, okay.
The hold level can be 1 candle, that's fine. It's your break. You cannot have a hold level without a break level.
Okay.
So the hold level can't exist. So the creation of that break level is the important piece here. So this 2 candles right here, that would have given you now. So now you can see where you have, oh, you have 2 candles here and you have 2 candles here. So you can almost like match this one to this one, right? It's almost as if they look like this. Like there's 2 parts that are targeting each other, which is this and this, right? Like those are connected in a way because this is the break level. And then the next break level on the chart, if this holds up, goes like this. If this is the break level, the next one would be here, right? So then this is simply just your hold level. So all you've done is taken a trade, hold level, to hold level. And it's like perfect. It's like bang on accurate. It's we're on a pretty big time frame here. So you do get a little bit of that bleeding through this level and bleeding under this level. But regardless, it's like the perfect trade. And it's very simple. Like it's just hold level to hold level, right? The rules are complex. The trading itself, well, that can be pretty simple. Like, the rules are complex. But you can see how this kind of all summarizes and against each other. It's all like the same top and bottom, right?
Right.
So I want you to do what you would naturally do next. And I'm going to try to just kind of let you go here.
Oh, nothing feels natural about this. Okay.
That goes back to the trust. Kidding.
I would mark a trend.
Okay.
But again, oopsies. Can you?
Because I got the keyboard and I got the power. Okay, I'll delete for you. Yes. Thanks. Yes, you're welcome.
So I would mark this as a trend here.
You know what that felt like just now? That was like being a toll operator at one of the drawbridges. Oh, you need to pass. Okay. I guess I've got the power. Just hit delete. I'm the keyboard operator. Okay, keep going.
Okay.
Let's just keep going.
Okay. So I'd mark this. I feel like that's incorrect.
It is. It's correct for the trend, but your time frame is way too big here for right now.
So would I even mark a trend on a
Not
weekly?
on this time frame.
Okay,
No.
because that's what I was thinking, that doesn't feel natural. Oh. Let's go.
Moving along.
So let's go down to the daily, down.
Okay, so now what would we be doing here, or what would you be doing here?
Now I would be going within these levels here that I've marked.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Just do your thing.
Okay.
But don't ask.
Because I can't see. Okay.
I feel like you're buying time by doing all these like little adjustments, and then the hamster's running as hard as he can. Is like, oh, what do I do?
Okay, so I see that this here didn't hit this hold level here that I marked.
Okay, let's go with this. So we keep going. Nothing. So you're just saying like your hold level hasn't been hit yet,
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm sweating. Okay.
It's like an exam for your
with the whole world just watching.
Like your bar exam for being a lawyer or something. You got the panel of judges there waiting to make you fail. They don't want to see you succeed. They just want to tell you you're not good enough.
They just want to see the world burn.
Yeah.
Okay. So naturally what I would do next would just mark another hold level and break level here.
Where would you mark a break and hold level?
Ideally, it would be nice to mark it in here.
Tell me.
You're really hard. Like, don't.
Yeah, I'm not messing around here.
Okay.
Show me. I'm starting to get triggered.
But that wouldn't make sense because it doesn't make sense there. See, I'm still trying to figure out things, the theories. This is why I needed extra days. So first, let's color it the right color.
I'm dying on the inside.
Uh-oh. Can you help me here? You have to escape.
No, I don't. That's not the problem here. If I was in here, what would you do?
If you weren't here, I wouldn't be sweating. Okay. Just leave those there. So then I would.
Anybody watching knows I would die on the inside a little bit right now if I had these little dots on my screen. I'm so anal when it comes to this stuff.
You're anal with everything in life. Everything. Okay, so I would mark this guy, the brake glove. Oh, no. Well, yeah, that technically now because this.
Good.
Okay. Oh, there it is. See, it's difficult. It's different. Daily, I believe you mark that as red. Hello.
Don't look at me. Pick your pick, and I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. Don't look at me. I'm not, because you're trying to get the answer without taking the guess. Good. Red. Yes. Don't, you're looking at me like red, yellow, and then I have to answer. No. You do the work, and if you're wrong, you go in the fire.
Okay. But like, I don't know if this is enough information.
It is. That's definitely enough. That's correct. That's absolutely correct. Break and hold. That's perfect.
Okay. Okay, so I see this has a lot of information here.
Are you watching the camera? Did you see me die? My soul left for a minute. It's gone. It came back. I'm here again, but for a split, like I blacked out with my eyes open for a split second.
Oh, right. So we marked you marked some of these things here, so I don't even know.
I didn't mark that. You did. What do you mean I marked it?
Okay. So I would look over here.
So you've marked your brake levels
right.
and your holds for your daily. So where are you going next? What would be your next thing to do?
I would need to check the bottom part of the holds and then brakes.
See, okay, you got to focus on your chart, not me. I'm not giving you the answer. Stop looking at me. Do your thing. Mark your charts.
Okay. All right, let's do this. Okay.
Good. Very good. Break and hold. Yes. Don't move time frames yet. I can give you that hint. I see you hovering up there.
So I would do trends now.
You're missing more levels.
Am I?
Yes.
More levels.
You need another hold level on your screen.
Do I?
Yes. I
didn't learn that in the future of training.
You did. Okay. You learned hold levels in the future of training. You're marking them right now.
Oh, I know. I understand. Please. I'm not sure.
So you just hit a weekly hold level, right? Like if you go back to your weekly charts,
okay,
you can see that you just hit a weekly hold level. Show me where that happened. When I say you just hit a weekly hold level, hover over that for me.
Here?
Yes. So now go to your next time frame down. So you know you hit that. So where would your next hold level be that would hold this move down? It would keep going down if it hit which hold level? Mark it on your screen. Don't look at me. I'm not looking at you, and I can feel you looking at me like out of the corner of your eye. I'm eyeing the corners of our eyes. I can feel something there. I could it's like you're asking me I'm not helping you.
This is very difficult stuff.
It is. And I want to see how much you've learned. And it's good for people to see because this is the reality. This is like, I'm not helping.
Okay, so
I am, but I'm not.
It's this is the one that we hit,
so
right?
You just, those two candles that touch that purple line just hit your weekly level. Yes. So where would your hold level be? If this move is going to continue to hold down, what would be the next hold level?
This one.
Good. Very good. Nailed it. What hold level were you holding this thing up?
Holding it up?
So slow down and think. You just hit your weekly level.
Okay.
So if it's going to go down and attack the break level, which break level would it hit? So go there first. Mark your break level. That would be the next on your chart after this weekly was hit. That's a break level, but I want you to mark the one that would hold it up. Like it can't, think of it this way. It cannot hit this one going down. We're going down right now. It cannot hit this break level going down.
That's a hold level.
The break I want you to
level.
mark the break first so that you can
Break.
have clarity on the hold. So which break level would hold it cannot hit this break level?
This one.
No, those are
Oh,
not
wait,
even
no,
those.
sorry.
That's nothing. No,
No?
no, completely wrong.
I don't know. Please show me, Professor.
This is your break level, right? Cannot hit this if it's
Right.
moving down.
Okay.
So where's your hold level now for that?
The hold
Because that would tell you, what would that tell you if you hit that hold level? Find the hold level first and then tell me what it would tell you.
Is this how mentorship is like?
No, it's way worse. Okay. You've marked the right hold level. Now tell me why this is important. Describe to me what this represents. Tell me about it.
This describes the level that needs to be held up.
In order for it to go where? You kind of said it, but I want you to say it in a different way. If it hits this level and holds this, what's it going to do?
It's going to go up.
Right. Let's zoom in. Let's see if your accuracy is good. Look at that. That's like the accuracy of God tier. You can zoom in, like barely even measurable. How close are we talking? How close did you get? So oh, you got to stop touching.
Sorry.
It's okay. No worries. I just want to see how close we got. 0.02%. That's impressive. I think that's a 10,000th of a percent. No, that's a 1,000th of a percent. That's like incredibly accurate. Like this is within like a few dollars of Bitcoin, and the range on Bitcoin is $50,000. So that's like hedge fund accuracy, but better. You know, this is why the science is so powerful.
So would I have bought in there?
You could have. You could have said, now if you go back to this weekly time frame, your trade, now you're talking about you made your first 30% here, which is, by the way, a lot of money. First 30% there. And then because this level got hit, you could have shorted it, taken another 8.5% here. It's pretty accurate. So we can call it 9. We'll just call it 8 in case we've mismeasured the top. So you're at 40% now in profits. And if you were a 100x trader like I am, that 40% profits is equal to
can you describe to me what 100x?
No.
Okay.
No, because then we'll lose the house because you're going to be starting short and long and everything on 100x. So that's kind of like accuracy and how powerful that is. So $1 million is it 100,000? My brain sucks. I think it's 400,000 profit, like close to $500,000. It's a lot. 10% would be 25K. So 40% is no, it's 100K. 100K. What am I doing? What's wrong with my brain?
Nobody
my
knows.
Sunday math brain. Jesus. Anyways, people can correct me in the YouTube comments. I'm sure I'm just going to get witch hunted on those math comments. So that's fine. So anyways, good. You've marked up some nice things. I'm just going to go back to your time frames. Yeah. I mean, what can we talk about here? There's nothing to talk about. You use 2 time frames and your accuracy is pretty impeccable here. You've gotten the weekly level back here, which it's all in hindsight, but from knowing nothing, like this is incredible. Weekly break, weekly hold. If this continues to hold, it's going to move up. If it hits the weekly hold, it's going to move down. If it hits this daily hold, it's going to start swinging back up. Like all very, very much what we learn in the future of trading. So great. So what would you mark next? Let's not switch time frames, but go to the next thing that you would mark on your charts.
Okay, so the next thing I would do would be trends.
Good. Oh, you squeeze that one in.
Okay, so with trends, sorry, it has to be the top of.
Nope, I'm not looking at you. Don't look at me. I'm not looking at you. Don't walk, guys. Don't do it.
Does it have to be the top of a peak?
Just mark your don't.
Okay,
no, you do your work.
Like, okay, this is how I would do it if you were to in front of the computer with me. I'd be like, okay, I'm marking trends. Looks like these guys hard closed over it. Please just tell me.
Keep going.
But
what am I supposed to tell you?
I don't know. So I don't like that one. So I'm going to move down to here.
Sounds like you're shopping for pineapples. I don't like that one. I'm going to go to this one.
But I would mark the top part of the chart, right?
What do you mean by the top part? When you say top part, what does that mean?
Like this part, like the highest part of the chart.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. And then I would do these guys hard closed over it. That's my understanding. So I would mark it to the next one.
Yeah.
So technically all of these guys hard closed over.
They all did hard close. A lot of hard closes there.
So then would I just continue going on to the next? Because this is what I do.
Yeah. Just do what you do.
Okay. So then I would be like, oh, this is good. Hara, this one, I can't tell. Did it hard close?
This I like to see. This is like you're asking the right questions.
You
got to make it bigger. So you've got to go over here and remember you have to scrub your.
It did not hard close. Oh, it did.
It did.
It did. Okay.
Good.
So then.
Yep.
This guy didn't.
No.
So then.
Zoom back out. And then I'll zoom for you. So if you were to zoom back out, does that look accurate? Just a yes or no is fine here. We're not looking at...
Yes.
It is. Look at right here. You've got all these candles that are respecting it. And then look at down here. Look at how perfect that is. Regardless, it may not look correct because this is here. But this is what separates the good from the bad, is understanding the real architecture of trends and how they work, right?
Yeah.
And then so, in theory, once this trend hard closes, should it not move up? Like, should you not start breaking up and moving up once you pass your trend?
Yes.
Yeah. And well, what happens down at the bottom of your chart right here? You have a hard close. So it isn't this signaling that you're moving up?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's even the one before that. It is. So that's signaling that you're moving up. And then what happens shortly after? You hit your hold level after breaking your trend and you go straight up. So your trend was good, but not good because you need to work higher in the chart. So unfortunately, as beautiful as that one was, it's gone because I want you to work from the top down. You kind of picked a point in the middle, which is a big no-no. So you would have got a failing mark on that trend. Even though it was right and correct, I want you to work from the top of your screen down, not from the middle. So, middle is very arbitrary. You kind of just pick the spot and you're like, this looks good. Like, no, let's do it right. Let's work from the top.
Okay.
So go to the top of your chart and mark the trend.
So would I be marking the top of the trend through the whole architecture of this?
Yep.
Okay.
Always going to pick those top points. But what I want you to do is simply work from this peak up in here. So I want you to do your trend magic from up there.
Okay.
Oh, hands off. Don't worry.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, because that's good.
Okay. So boom, boom. I can't really see. So we're going to do our... Oh.
So you've marked accumulation to accumulation.
Yeah.
Look how accurate it is. So look at that next touch of it.
Here?
Yeah, look at that. Perfect. So then you've broken your trend, right?
Yeah.
So what would you do next? And why are you doing it?
Where's the guy? Here. Well, I would move down to the next guy that hard closed.
Good. And I was watching to see if you'd click the trend or the actual reach point. You got the reach point. That's good.
Okay, Dad. Okay, so then all these guys are down.
Yeah.
This one didn't hard close. So, oopsies.
I'll fix it for you. There you go.
Okay, so then...
Nothing. You ripped through your trend. Your trend is perfectly accurate. This is a moment where at a deeper knowledge set, what you would do is, I'm just going to back it up here. You have your trend. Oopsies. Even I made that mistake. See, you would have gone like this, and then you would be moving down in time frames to adjust your trend. So you would say, okay, has this hard closed anywhere else? That's not a hard close there. That one is. So what you would do is you'd move down and say, okay, well, let's make sure. So it's that candle right there, right? So then you'd go to the 4 hour right here, and then you would go down to the 1 hour to see where the 1 hour closed, and then you can see, because this is a different theory. When we're using trends, we have this theory where we decycle information down in time frames. It's why it's so important to work from a top time frame down and never backwards. It goes back to a mathematical equation on how the charts work. It's called decycling. It's where numbers decycle themselves to come to a final conclusion point or an explosion point. So it's just part of the charting science and why it works the way it does. And then you have a laser straight trend that ends up having this massive breakout because there's nothing left, because it's decycled itself down to time frame. So not where you're at with learning. So don't worry about that. What I was looking for is you marking the right trends and hard closing. And you did that. You did a great job. That's amazing. You had it here. You hard closed it to here. And you got really awesome trends, like really great trend accuracy here.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Fantastico.
So you've got good trends. What would you do next with this trend? And by the way, we made one mistake. We need to know that this is a daily time frame trend. So we have to just mark it red. That's okay. I missed it too. No worries. So now what would you do with this trend?
I would do the up. Is that what it's called? An uptrend? Downtrend?
With this trend, what would you do with this trend?
One?
Yes.
I'm not sure.
You would adapt it.
Is this the thing where you're talking about origins and stuff, where you gotta go to the next guy?
You just want to go to your next hard close. You just want to kind of keep the trend relevant, because right now it's not doing anything on your screen.
Right.
So it should either be adapted or it just shouldn't be there and it should be deleted because it's not giving us any more information.
So
it's kind of useless.
Adapting it would be having another thing here.
Hard closing it to the next one.
So just moving it.
Yep.
Okay.
Do not even look at your chart. I can see you looking at me and I see the line moving on the screen. What is this?
Is that correct? That
No.
seems that's not correct.
I literally see you looking at me and I'm watching the line move and I see both your eyes around me because I can see in the camera. Like, what are you doing? You're just floating in until I'm like, that's good. And then you're going to stop. It's like a game of stop and go from Squid Games or whatever.
So I would just...
We need Tikesh. Okay, let's continue.
I would just go down to the next time frame.
No.
Okay.
You were close. You have to hard close it. So I'll do this for you. So you were back here. Hard close is this one right here. You just want to hard close it to keep this trend relevant. You just want it there.
Why? Why did you pick that one?
Oh, because when you're hard closing the candles, the first hard close is here. But you want to wait till the kind of the end of where it goes. As long as it's an accumulation candle, you just kind of want to wait till the end, right? You're not hard closing it to say this candle and then this one. You're just saying, okay, well, where does the sweep end? Where's the first blue candle is here. So then you just kind of go to your candle there. Because we want this trend on the screen still. It still has relevance for the future. Because if it didn't, why do we have it at all? Then if it's going to sit here and you're not going to move it, get it off your screen. Because it's not doing anything other than giving you pollution on your charts. There's no purpose for it, but there still is a purpose for this candle, and it goes like this. And then as time goes on, we actually have to say, we have a weekly candle, and as we develop architecture over here, eventually we'll readjust this when we have enough time that has passed that we can pick a weekly point. Right now we're not there. As you can see, there's nothing there there's no white candles. It has to maybe kind of mess around here for a bit and come up and move down. And then at that point we can turn it purple and move it out here if that's where it goes. And whatever, one day it's going to kind of goes like that and then moves down, and then we can at least turn it purple. But for now, none of that has happened yet, and we still need this trend. So we need to just kind of back up to right there where it was on the daily point, because we still want this trend. So we still need daily to daily adapted to the current part of the move. So we still need this.
Okay.
Because once this breaks, then it's going to cycle up again against some of this stuff over here, right? You're going to have your hold level here, which is red, right? Break level on the weekly. I believe you marked this. That's your weekly. Yes. Weekly hold level. Still hasn't hit this break level. Can hit this daily hold level.
Okay.
So they just like the trail of different things that you'd want on your chart. So then this is looking good. This is looking good. You don't need this break level. You have your hold level. This one's already hit. You don't need that. This break level is no longer useful. We've already held this part of the move, which changes it a bit. Then maybe only break level you would need is there. So like break level, hold level, possibly this one next.
Okay.
So maybe you might need this one next, but yeah. Otherwise, you're doing great. You're marking everything good so far. Now you said something before what we do next. So now what would you do?
Well, we would go to the next time.
Before on this time frame.
Oh, yeah, right.
What do you need to do on this time frame still?
Is that an uptrend? Is that what it's called?
Yes, you need to mark your uptrend.
Okay.
Just stay on this time frame and show me that you know what you're doing to mark the uptrend.
Sure.
So let's see if you get this right. It's a little tougher, this one. So if you get this one, this will be good.
Oh, oopsies, escape, please.
And I'll give you the choice whether you want to mark it in here or a larger one that covers a broader range. So I'll give you the choice. I just want to see if you're marking them correctly. So it's your choice. You can either start the trend just here, like you can start your trend in this region here, or you can take a broader trend and start it from over back there. You pick the box, but either one.
I know. I was going to pick either one of the boxes, but I just want to know which one is more correct. Which one would be more accurate?
They're both correct. They just have different things they communicate. So they're both important.
Okay.
That's why I just want to see if you're marking them properly.
Okay, sure. So you're going to tell me eventually what they mean. Or is that for another?
That's another course. You'll learn that in future stuff.
I'll just go to the quick early, or not early, the sky. So I would mark it. Oh, I can't. Correct.
Okay, you can just put it on your screen and adjust it after.
That snapped in there.
Good. I was about to say something about that.
The sky hard closed. Right? I believe so. That's the hard close goes underneath for.
Mm-hmm.
And then these guys are closed over it, under it.
Let's not go that far yet. Let's go down in time frames to see if we can find better hard closes.
Would I do 12 hour? I would just go to the 4 because I don't.
Yeah, I was about to end the session if you went to that 12 hour.
Okay, done. I feel like they make these charts so like my eyes. Okay, so this is where we marked the uptrend.
I mean, this is like a huge monitor. I don't know what you're on about with your eyes. This I feel like a 27-inch monitor, 5 inches
it's
away from
not big enough. So would we adjust it to this guy next?
Just do your thing, as always. Just do your thing.
I can't.
don't look at me to do this for you.
My eyes. Where's the guy? Is this it? Oh.
I'll fix it for you once. That's it. Good. Oof. Just passed. You're not done. Keep going.
I'm not done?
No, you have more hard closes. What do you mean?
Okay, where did I go? Was it here? No. Here. Everybody must be like, oh, Maya. What? But then it went.
Let's back up. What did you do? Show me what you're doing. What are you looking for right now?
Hard closies.
Okay. So, yeah, hard closies. Oh my God. It's going to be butterfly effect too, finding hard closies. Okay. Thanks for coming in today, guys.
Yep. Okay. Sorry. I like, for me that would be what I would do.
Yeah, that's good. That's it. You got it. Okay. You nailed it.
You just made me feel like there was more.
No, I just need to hear it from you because you're doing this thing where you're looking at me while you're moving levels. Like you can't even see what you're doing. So I got to just make sure you confirm, like, lock it in kind of thing, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. You adapted your daily trend to your 4 hour. It ends up being daily to daily here. So what you could do is you would just simply resnap it on the daily. Really important to just resnap it on the daily, even though it didn't line up here because you hard close here and that's not hard close. You did find it on the floor. And then just moving forward, you would want to just
Resnap.
yeah, I mean, that's not really important for future trading and where you are, but just for future architecture purposes. And then even if we went up a weekend time frame, like you have the weekly time frame here. So you have the same thing on the bottom of the top. You just don't have enough time. And over time, we'll have a weekly point. So but just a little bit of experience speaking through there with what I'm saying there. But yeah, really, really great. Let's do one more test. Let's do one more test. Let's do an in the moment, on the fly. Trade's going on right now. Everything's popped off. People are losing money, making money. The whole world's like zooming. Okay.
Okay. Why are we starting like that?
I'm gonna make the scenario, and I want to see you mark it out. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna do some advanced stuff. Okay. I'm gonna mark a trend here. This is something you haven't learned, but I want you to work off of my chart. So I'm gonna get rid of your stuff here. Actually, you can do something really fancy. Oh no, we're not going to do that. I was going to give my mentorship chart real quick little flash on the screen, but let's just mark this 1 hour range trend. So this is what needs to hold the move. So just pay attention. Okay. This is what needs to hold the move. What we call range trend in later stuff. What needs to hold the move. Okay. Where would you mark your hold level? If this thing needs to continue to move up, if this thing needs to hold up, you want to take a long and this needs to move up. I've given you the time frame. Mark the hold level. Hold on.
Yeah.
Stop. Mark the hold level that needs to hold this chart up. Let's see if you can get this one. I'll be impressed if you get this one. Not gonna lie. So if you need to find a hold level, I'll give you a tip. Find your break level first, and then get the hold level beside it.
Oh, my eyes. I need to make it bigger. I'm going to find my hold level.
Yep.
Or my break level.
Yep.
My break level.
Okay, so stop there. So what you're telling me is that you found your break level. So you would be buying on what? The hold level or the break level here? If you were going to buy something, would you buy at the hold level or the break level? Or would you buy at the trend? Because you're going to set it like we're pretending you're setting a trade here, right?
Okay.
So where are you buying here? We've got 3 levels marked on your screen. You marked a break level, a hold level, and we have my trend that's marked. Where does Naya buy?
Naya buys on the trend.
Trend?
Yeah.
Why? Not saying it's right or wrong. I just want to know why. And that's not a confirmation that it's right. I'm not telling you that it's wrong. I want to know why you want to buy in the trend.
I want to buy on the trend because I don't know.
Okay. If you don't know why you'd want to buy on a trend, think about your other levels.
Okay.
Okay. Go through the break level. Would you buy on the break level?
I would buy on the break level.
Why would you buy on the break level? Again, not saying right or wrong. I'm asking you to justify your reasoning here.
Because I think that the move is going to break through it.
So you're buying to go up or down? Because I originally said you're buying to try to have the price go up, which is fine. You can buy in a break level, but that means you're going to want to short, which means if it You're saying that it's going down is what you're saying. So are you going to short or long? Long means you want it to go up. Short means you want it to go down. You already know that. So are you buying on the break level? Yes or no? And if so, is it a long or a short? Long means we're moving up. Short means you want it to move down.
I would like to move it up.
You'd like to move up. Okay. So we've cleared that up. You want it to go up. So you want to buy long. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. So should you or should you not buy the break level?
Yes.
Wrong. Why would you buy the break level?
I don't know.
The break level is telling you that it's breaking down because it's breaking the move if it hits that break level.
You can't put all these theories in front of me. And it feels like that show.
Well, it should. This is realistic. I'm not helping you. I'm putting you to the test. So, okay, if you want it to move up, then let's rephrase the question and give you another chance. If you want it to move up, which level should you buy here? If you want it to move up.
Hold level?
Why the hold level?
Because I feel like it's going to be holding.
No, I don't want to hear feelings. We use science. It doesn't matter what you feel. Why the hold level? Not I feel. It's going to do what?
It's going to hold.
Therefore, moving the price in which direction?
Up.
Correct. So you would want to buy which level now? Because we kind of just did a little bit of self-talk and kind of talk through this as to like which would be which. And the trend can also do, what can the trend do here? It can also, what? Hold it in which direction?
You can hold it up.
Yes, exactly. So we've identified two spots that can hold it up. And you've said it, so I'm going to circle this to make it just quicker and easier. This can hold it up, and this can hold it up, right? This will break it down, right? This will break the trade down because it's the break level, right?
Yeah.
So which level would we want to buy if we want it to hold up?
The trend.
It can be the trend, it can be, or it can be the hold level. It can be either.
Okay.
Okay.
So is this a trick question?
It's not really a trick question. I just want to have an open conversation about what these data points represent so that I know that you understand that in a scenario, this can hold it up, right? So that will be a scenario that holds it up. This will attempt to break the trade if it does that. Or the third scenario is it hits trend and regains its trend and continues to move up. So this representing the move is going up. This representing the move is breaking. This representing that it is gone to kind of its final depths, but it is yet still holding up. So 3 different data points, all that communicate a different answer. So now, Jeopardy bell just rang. Write your answer down. You want to go up. Which level are you buying? I'll tell you which one I would buy after, and you tell me which one you'd buy. Which one are you buying to make this move go up?
I'd probably buy on the hold level.
The hold level?
Yeah.
That's, I think, where I would buy too. You were right to say trend. There is a reality where it hits trend. Let's see what happens. Let's take away your break level. Let's see if your buy here would be good or bad. So far, so good. Hold level's hitting, it's holding. Do we hit the break level? Let's check. No, we never hit the break level. So you would have been right. Now you're in profits. You're making money. It hit the hold level and it's holding up now. Good job.
Thanks.
You did a good one. Nice.
Yay.
Do you feel like that was too intense that I just put you on the spot and I was like,
Yeah.
let's go to a time frame and I'll mark things.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the pressure that people face, though. They always have to make these decisions in the moment. And I'll put one more scenario out there. You don't have to do it. I'll do it so that we fly by this quick. Break level is telling us that the move is breaking up. I want to go to a higher time frame. We haven't hit this break level yet. Higher time frame. However, we did hit this hold level telling us we're moving down. So it makes total sense why when we hit the higher time frame hold level, we are moving down. It's also why we work highest time frame down because we have nothing here. Go to the 4 hour. We have nothing there. Go to the 1 hour. Aha, we have our biggest and strongest hold level. So we wouldn't work up because of, we've already talked about why. You don't need to go through the decycling information timeframes again. Go watch Future Trading again if you don't understand. That goes for you and everybody. Here's their strongest time frame hold level. So it makes total sense as to why we're saying, here's the hold level that just got hit. We need to try to go and hold the move, right? So at first there was this, but that was already hit prior to this getting hit. So you're going to go down to your next time frame down. So it makes total sense as to why we have this 15-minute level hit. It's your next time frame down, right? It's the next break level. And with that said, we have can just kind of mirror image this thing. Hold level or break level on the 15, break level on, or hold level on the 15, break level and hold level on the 15-minute time frame. So really then you're just like between 2 points here, or Pandora's box as we call it in the original Future of Trading. So just to kind of cap this off, and you hit a hold level here and your exit target could be here, or you could turn it into a position trade or a swing trade if you wanted to hold for a longer target. But just mirror images of each other, opposites of each other, just completely completely opposite of each other. And let's do this. Let's go. You've done a great job, by the way. Round of applause. Okay, back to Nice Cotton now, not Professor Cotton who grills people.
Yeah.
Remove your drawings. Let's toss mine on. Oh, don't tell me I got rid of them. When we right-click remove all drawings, it gets rid of my drawings too. Maybe I can get it. No, there we go. Delete yours. And that's what I have on mine for just a few quick little points in the chart. These are some of my levels. So your levels were, although you didn't mark these trends, let's collapse this down. Take a look at a bit of the bigger picture here. Our levels were somewhat similar in texture. So you did a good job. I just have a little more breadth in mine, just a little bit more of advanced knowledge set. So no, you did great. You did fantastic. 30 days complete. How does it feel to be done?
Relieved.
Relieved?
I'm absolutely relieved. But I'm going to continue. So.
But you're marking charts and you're doing a pretty decent job of it.
Yeah.
Like you're doing a really decent job of marking your charts.
So if I was one of your mentor students, what would be your takeaway? What would you tell me?
What would I tell you if you were one of the mentees?
Yeah. And this was like our last session. You're like, okay, well.
I would say you got a long road ahead of you because you are very green still. But in the best way possible, I would say that you've done a great job. If it was 30 days or 2 months, I would say that you've done a great job in achieving a lot in 30 days, because this is not easy stuff. It takes like a lifetime to master. Not a lifetime, but I would say that you did a really good job in 30 days and you need to move on to Blueprint next. That would be my parting words. And I would say Blueprint is procedural analysis. The execution, the technical parts of the trades are left for Butterfly Effect, the technical analysis and procedural. So yeah. I would simply just say move on to Blueprint.
So I have started Blueprint. I've already.
Yeah.
But just.
Like from not just the lessons I told you, because when we started Blueprint, it was like, okay, go watch bankroll management, because we wanted to get you to a point where you're actually taking these trades. But, we got stonewalled because it takes more time than 30 days. You can't be trading in 30 days. It's not realistic. Right. So, but then I would say watch Blueprint from episode 1 to the end and kind of master that, because that would be, you should be paper trading at this point, and then paper trading with Blueprint knowledge. And then Butterfly Effect. And I would also say, start small with small amounts of money, because it doesn't matter if you trade I'll tell a funny story. Not so haha funny, but just like, okay, man, funny. It is talking to someone pretty big in the business world earlier this week, and they know nothing about technical analysis. And they asked me, how much money should I invest? I could do up to a couple $1 million. And I was like, whoa, you don't know how to trade. Just like chill out. In the nicest words possible, which is what I said to that person, is I said, it's not so much about how much money you have in the markets, because that really doesn't make a difference. It's about your accuracy. So I would just tell people to trade with $10 and do $1 trades, or whatever. They trade with $100 and do $10 trades, because losing, a few dollars in your pocket, it's really just an accuracy check. Because for the person I told earlier in the week who wanted to trade with millions of dollars, and they were kind of like where you were when you first started, day zero type of abilities. And it doesn't matter how much money you have. Once you have the accuracy, you can just add the zeros and scale up. You could trade for like 2 years straight with $1, and get so good it's crazy, and then just all of a sudden flip the switch and be like, okay, instead of $1, let's trade with 10,000. Just add 4 zeros, and then all of a sudden you're making like 30, 40 grand a day sometimes. And it's like, okay, well then that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say trade often and frequent with the lowest amount of money possible, and work on blueprint. That would be my my parting advice for somebody who was like, mentee for 30 days kind of thing.
Okay. Good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all wrapped up. Any kind of conclusion or any final words for anybody out there?
Just keep trying, keep watching the videos, keep learning. It's really hard, so I would suggest just continuously going over the things that are difficult for you and just really mastering those.
What was your hardest learning piece? Like, what was the hardest thing for you?
The break levels were my Achilles heel for sure. Like I could go.
Yeah, agreed. I agree for sure. I watched you with those break levels.
Yeah, we got into a couple of tips, I guess, about break levels, and so
I'm a hard teacher. I don't mess around.
Yeah, no, he does not, as you can tell. But I just kept watching it, watching different parts, watching different. I even was looking at different other people's charts on your Discord to see, like, where did they mark their break levels and their hold levels and stuff. So just keep watching, keep looking, keep studying, just keep going until you get it. That's all I can tell you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's good parting advice. And your hardest part was the break levels. I feel like hold levels are equally as hard, but once you understood the break level, like I feel like that's where you struggled, was understanding how to mark the break levels, because it seemed like once you marked the break levels properly, you were like already, here's the hold level. Like you kind of just fell into place. It's like the hold levels weren't hard for you, even though they're kind of symbolically tied. Like once you got your break levels, it was like you flew through hold levels. Like it was like you were stuck for 90% of your time on finding where the break level was. Right? Like, do you feel the same way? What I noticed.
Yeah, it was definitely the one piece that was difficult. It was difficult for sure.
How would you rate the experience? 1 out of 10? I don't know on what scale, just the general rating, just some kind of like, I don't know.
Okay, so my general rating would be a 7. If you have the time to really devote to it and not have a lot of other outside pieces that are going to stop you from really focusing on it, I would say do it. But if you've got kids, you've got jobs, you've got so many things, which is the real world.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's a 7 because it's difficult. It's like any type of course that you would take, any type of university requirement or.
So you would say the difficulty is a 7 out of 10?
No.
Okay. But
that's my experience.
That's okay. So what would you say the difficulty was? Let's kind of do this. Let's do this.
Here we go.
Your experience was a 7 out of 10.
Yes.
Difficulty?
10.
10 out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay. What other metrics could you give us in terms of rating?
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm just like how you. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Figuring out trading view in different ways. Like your tutorial part was really good. The software was I'd give the software like a 6 out of 10.
Okay, 6 out of 10.
Is there any other softwares that are
it's
more?
TradingView. TradingView is just what we use. Yeah, just TradingView.
Okay.
Simple and easy. Binance and TradingView. Okay. So yeah, but that's just your trading exchange.
Right. Yeah, I know. I haven't gotten to that point.
Fun? What about fun?
Fun?
Hell, it's too fun. How fun was this experience?
This whole experience, like to get like the whole thing?
Yeah.
It was about a 9. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. What about fun on the charts?
Fun on the charts. I would say I enjoy doing the charting. I do enjoy it. It's a lot of different.
What do you enjoy about it?
I enjoy trying to figure things out, basically. I enjoy the parts of putting the theory onto paper or onto the screen.
Yeah.
That's what I enjoy about it. But then I'm just like, what do I do next? I don't know. That's so the points will go off from that. So I will say fun charts, I would do 8.5.
Oh, not bad. Okay, 8.5. Did you find it like kind of rewarding when levels are hit? You're like, oh, yes, it's exhilarating, or is it just more of like you're marking them and you're like, oh, this is interesting? Like, or is it both? Like, what does that mean when you say fun? Like, where is it?
It's interesting because I see that there's some sort of accuracy happening.
So it's like kind of this like mysteriously intriguing thing.
Yeah, because like
intellectually rewarding.
Yeah, when I see other people do like other gurus do the charts, and it doesn't make like the way they do their lines and everything on the charts. I don't get it because I guess they're doing indicators, right? Oops. So yeah, that's the one thing that I find it interesting because I'm doing it. I know nothing about trading, and then here I am marking trends and levels and kind of seeing how things are playing out in the world. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You nailed it. Except that other part implying that I'm one of them. Just kidding. It's fine. What about career? As a career, what would you rate this?
As a career?
Now, okay, let me define that.
Okay.
Let's put career into different categories here. Career as in terms of opportunity. So how easy it is to do. Oh, that's 2 P's, right?
Yep.
Opportunity. Opportunity and money, like how much career money, finances, like we'll just call it money. That's fine.
Okay.
The bonehead term money. Career opportunity, how do you find it? I'm going to chime in on this one too and give my 2 cents.
Career opportunity for me would be probably a 7.
Okay, elaborate on that one. Tell us your thoughts.
If I had the time to really focus and this be my only thing, then I would like go hard on this and really understand it to like a deep-seated level.
Okay.
It's really interesting, and I would love to do it as just like if this was my only career, I would be into it. Like I would probably be making money. I'd probably be teaching you some things.
Okay.
Just kidding. But because we have a whole world of things that we're doing, I give it a 7. But if anybody would want to do this as a career and they have the time to devote to actually learning it properly, I learned it properly, but like learning it continuously and really devote it like it's an actual school, then I would give it an 8 or 9. Yeah, because you have financial freedom by doing it if you can.
So I look at that word opportunity and I would simply say it's a 10 out of 10 for different reasons. You don't need a huge educational background to get into the field. So you're in practice kind of when you want to be. So if you want to go to school to be a doctor, you're in for 10 to 14 years and 10 years before you're even in the doors of a hospital or practicing medicine. Maybe earlier, depending on the field, you might be year 8 or 9 and on residency or whatever. But 30 days and you're in the field charting. So there's not a big requiem to get in, but there's a huge requirement that's also extremely rewarding at an intellectual level. So yeah, I would say career for me is 10 out of 10 because anybody can get in without having to worry about the prerequisites of being a day trader. You can do it also from your home. You don't have to get dressed. You can wear your pajamas, roll out of bed, have a really strong core mind development, mental analysis evolved. My courses, great timing tokens, usage of that, a really good understanding of how to optimize your mind. And yeah, you can roll out of bed in your pajamas and you're a day trader, right? Not quite, but you have that's the opportunity part that I see is that there's you don't have to go to school for this. Although it's like finding my work is a needle in a haystack for most people. You don't have to go to school for this. It's just, finding the right resources. And the opportunities are endless because of the finances. Like there are no caps in this world. There's a time that you spend and how much money that you make. So the more time you spend, the higher you scale. So there's no opportunity wise, you don't have a ceiling. The ceiling is dictated by how hard your mind works, and not, that would be like any career. It's just, sugar coated in other careers. Like if you're bad and dumb, then you're not going to make it far in any career, right? Like it's just, a little dose of the truth. But like if you're a bad doctor because you can't use your brain, like you're not going to rise to the ranks. It's the same thing here, right? It's just that you are your own auditor. So like opportunity, you have no ceiling because you have nobody else dictating your future but yourself. So opportunity, I rate this a 10 for different reasons. To each individual their own experience though, right? You might have somebody who's tried to day trade off indicators, constantly lost money, or it's not a sustainable form of income that's reliable, and they might rate it like a 3 or a 4. So personal experience and perspective, I suppose. Money, what would you rate it? Although I don't think this is fair to ask you because you didn't trade yet with real money, but kind of a,
what do you even mean by money?
Like how much money you can make? Yeah, I just wrote money.
A lot, I suppose. Yeah.
Piggybacking off what I said, probably.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, when you said that you could make like $100,000 on that one trade that we were doing, I want to know what this 100x is.
Yeah. 2 trades, like 32 and 40 and 8%. Yeah. It's called leverage trading. Derivatives. You're not there yet. Okay. I'm not telling you about that. Okay. That's like, you go practice for a year or 2 first, and then we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, I can speak to the money part. It's whatever you want it to be. 7 figures a year, 8, 9. There's no cap to what we make. So money wise, it's just a 10 out of 10. It's just tough to get to that point. It's not like your normal job where you have a salary and, a boss gives you a raise. Self-discipline. So this is kind of like a decent scoring metric. Let's take money off because there's no really score to that. Let's take my perspective of this off and kind of your total score out of 10. You got 7 out of 10, 10, 6, 9, 8, 7. God, I don't want to do the math on this to average it out. You just do like easy math, go like this, 9, bump that to 8, take this to 8, go like this to 7. So you would just keep averaging these out. You go 8 here.
8 How here. Is this easier?
8.57. So this is 7.7 total score out of 10, which doesn't mean anything. I don't know why I'm even doing this, but
Nobody knows.
My dumb math brain is like, oh, let's see the average. And it's questionable if I even did that right. So that's it. That wraps it up. Day 30. We are done. Sigh of relief. You're off the grill. And thank you everybody for checking out this 30-day challenge. Last words?
Thank you everyone for your support and following me through this. It was really fun. It was a fun experience. So I can't wait for our next challenge that we decide to do.
Next podcast. It's not going to be trading related. Let's put that out there now. We're going to keep doing podcasts, but they're going to be on different things. So that'll be fun. I think that's what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
Different things.
Yeah.
Yeah. My last parting words is good luck, everybody. And don't look at day 30. When you get to day 29, it's okay if it takes 10 or 20 days to get to day 30, because day 30 should be looked at as a test of your skills. Like what I did with Naya today. This should be your day 30. And you don't tackle day 30 until you're ready. If it means you go through the courses 2 and 3 times and it takes you 2 months. So your first 29 days are an actual 29 days. And then 3 months later, you hit day 30. That's okay. Because what I learned about this challenge is that day 30 has to be seen as a landmark and not another day. 29 days to complete your journey. Day 30 is your test. And if you get to day 30 and your charts look like this and you're kind of having this accuracy, then you're complete day 30 and you're ready to move on to Blueprint and up your game. So
yeah,
that's it. Okay. Cheers.
Bye.